Hello, Josie here. You ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. Um, God will ask me a question that those that are choosing to watch my video, my content, are asking and are wondering because I'm speaking on how God works as well as how the devil works and how the devil uses other people to attack you and how God uses people to protect you and how God will protect you and he will give you um, he will not only he will not only work through your intuition, but he will actually tell you in a lot of ways, don't do this. He'll give you a routine, a schedule, so to speak, on how he wants you to move each and every day. But God will also ask me, well, what will happen? What will happen, when people work on the devil's team and or side with the devil to attack my children? What, Josie, what will happen to them? Tell them, Josie. I just released a video that was talking about how the devil will have you sign a contract, to do things against God's children, and how the devil knows that you will not be successful. And the reason why he has you sign a contract is because he wants to bind you to whatever it is that he wants from you that you probably would not offer up like that without a binding contract. You know what I'm saying? There are some people that, yes, they will go as far as to sell their soul, but also sell their children, sell out family members, so on and so forth, agree to do things, act in certain ways, carry out certain things in the devil's name, let's put it that way, under the devil's orders, and they basically do not have a choice. They're basically signed to that contract. They're bound to that contract, excuse me. But in this last video I did, I told or I said that he has them in these binding contracts, and that these people do not read the fine print because they believe that it's easy work. They've done it before. They've done it time and time before, and they were successful. So they don't think that they're never and are not going to be successful in carrying out their attacks against us and subjecting us to whatever it is that they want to subject us to, because they've done this before and they've been successful. So the devil, and that's ego, that's arrogance, and that's ego. When you're able to manipulate in order to hurt another person, and you're able to do it, and then you're toxic about it, and you're so toxic about it that you go as far as to sign a contract with the devil because you're arrogant and you believe that it's an easy target. The devil basically sets you up because of your greed and because of your ego. So now, to answer the question, what will happen to these individuals when they sign the contract and they're not able to fulfill whatever it is that they said they were going to be able to fulfill? And that was to take us out, to hurt us, to negatively affect us, so on and so forth. I just heard break it down like a pound. Here we go. So, the devil will put in the contract in fine print certain behaviors and or actions and or activities that these individuals really do not want to do. They don't care to do it. They would not choose to do it because it would actually, I just heard the song Break My Soul. It would break their soul. It would break their spirit. It would make them feel less than. It would put them in a in a state of being scared or fearful because of the activity that they're having to carry out or engage in and or do. Some of those things, I mean, just what came to mind was, for instance, there are men that identify as heterosexual. They're into women, females rather. They're into females because heterosexual men can be into bigender women like myself and or trans women, okay? But you have men out there that are only interested in females, naturally born females, sexually. They would never ever engage in any kind of sexual behavior such as either blowing a man or having or engaging in anal sex with a man, or letting anybody penetrate them, or even them penetrating somebody else. See, the devil knows what people like as well as what they don't like. And he'll put stuff like that in the fine print in the contract, things that people do not enjoy, and then pass them on to other individuals within his camp, other minions, for them to basically, the word I'm looking for, exploit. That's the word. So people that do identify as homosexual, that do enjoy fresh meat, so to speak, he will send these people to other minions of his that are homosexual. Some of these individuals may have STDs and or be HIV positive and engage in rough sex, engage in extreme play. I don't want to really get into it, but he told me to break it down like a pound. Fisting, that's one. Fisting, urination, BDSM, stuff of that nature. And he will have them go to these people and basically be their servants, be their toys, be their boys, and basically break them in, break them down, exploit them, pass them around to other people within that same group of minions of his, and use them in that manner. That is stuff that he writes in the contract, in the fine print. I'm going to say this again. These individuals do not believe, they do not think that they are going to lose. They do not believe and or think that they are going to not be successful in taking out God's children. The devil knows that. So he plays on their arrogance and their cockiness as well as their greed. Another example, girls, the females. He'll do the same thing with the females. He will basically have them passed around to other minions of his, the devil, other minions of the devil, to basically be used as sex puppets. They'll be, oh my goodness, he told me to break it down like a pound. They'll be raped, sodomized, and basically passed around like a sex puppet to different people within the group. These are the types of individuals, and the men, they will have, oh my goodness, they will have girls or women that basically, these women will be like, would you keep me? Can I be your girl? Can I be yours and only yours? So that way they only have to deal with one toxic individual. You know, they only have to deal with one, instead of being passed around and basically raped, sodomized by multiple different people. They don't want that. They don't want that, period. So they are the ones that will basically play on these men that are of the devil and say, well, can we be together? Or I really like you. I'm really attracted to you. You do it for me. You get me off. You turn me on, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. That way they can only be attached to one person. Okay? But it's still a nightmare for them, because if this person decides to marry this individual and they have children, those children will then become minions of the devil. The devil will use them. So basically they are, in a way, selling their children, creating these children for the devil. It's really, really toxic. It's really bad. That's what's in these contracts, in the fine print. You will give me your child if you have children, and you will have children. You will give me your child. Your wife will be, or your girlfriend, even girlfriends too. Your girlfriend, your wife, your fiance. That's why these people, hey, I broke it down like a pound. I gave you a couple of examples right there of what's in these binding contracts. We're not just talking about the disgusting stuff. We're talking about also corrupt behavior. Whatever their job is, whatever their career is, having to basically stay in a position or a job because they have access to certain things that they can then give to other minions of the devil, and or for the devil to use. So you have people that will be in positions and jobs and careers and so on and so forth that are in those careers, and they're stealing from their company. They're selling information or giving information. It's toxic. I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Gotta go.